Welcome to my channel. Listen to my stories every day. Comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy listening.
The light from my computer screen casts a glow across the dark room, painting my face in hues of blue and white. It's late, much later than when most are awake, but this is my time, the hours I treasure most. This is when I dive into the world of adult streaming, a harmless escape that my wife, Jenna, unfortunately, doesn't understand or share. She's asleep upstairs, her steady breathing a contrast to the racing of my heart as I wait eagerly for Harlequino's stream to start. No one knows who she is. She's an enigma, hidden behind a mask that is perpetually split between joy and sorrow, one side a smile, the other a tear. It's a mask that fascinates and mystifies, much like the woman herself. I lean back in my chair, sipping on a lukewarm coffee, clicking through the tabs to check if she's online yet. She's not, and my anticipation builds. Harlequino isn't just another streamer, she's an artist. Sometimes she performs alone, captivating with her mysterious allure. Other nights, she pairs with another, or even a group, creating performances that are both enigmatic and exhilarating. "Come on, Harlequino," I mutter under my breath, refreshing the page yet again. The clock ticks mockingly, echoing the drum of my fingers on the desk. Just as I'm about to give up, a notification pops up: Harlequino is live. Instantly, I click through, my heart thumping in my chest. The screen flickers to life, and there she is. The mask is as haunting as ever, the split down the middle so stark, so dramatic. Tonight, she seems different, there's a slight tremor in her movements, a hesitation that's unusual. She's typically so confident, so fluid in her performances. As she raises her arm, the sleeve of her costume slides down slightly, revealing the skin beneath. My breath catches, there, stark against her pale skin, is a burn. Not just any burn, a very specific, blistered pattern that I recognize all too well. It mirrors the injury Jenna acquired this morning, a burn from the iron she'd cursed as she rushed to get ready for work. I'd helped bandage it, the blistered skin tender and raw. The revelation hits me like a physical blow. My pulse races, my mind whirls. Harlequino, the streamer who I've watched night after night, whose performances I've lost myself in, is Jenna. My Jenna. A mix of emotions courses through me: betrayal, shock, fascination. How could it be that the woman I thought so distant, so different from my reserved, almost prudish wife, was the same person? The implications are overwhelming. I sit frozen, staring at the screen as Harlequino continues her performance, oblivious to the storm she's just ignited within me. As the realization sinks in, a plan begins to form. If Jenna can lead this double life, then perhaps it's time I played a role of my own. I know what I must do. I will reveal Harlequino's true identity, but not tonight. Tonight, I watch, I learn, and I prepare. The game, it seems, is just beginning. The stream continues, but now I see everything in a new light. Each gesture, each smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes, tells a story I had never guessed at before. And as the night stretches on, I know one thing for sure: nothing will ever be the same again. The morning after the revelation, the house feels different, as if every shadow hides a secret. Jenna is bustling in the kitchen, nursing her bandaged hand, her movements more deliberate. I watch her from the doorway, the image of her as Harlequino overlaying the familiar sight of my wife. "Morning, Tom," she says without turning, her voice light, unaware of the storm brewing inside me. "Coffee?" "Yeah, thanks." My voice is neutral, my demeanor calm. It's a performance worthy of Harlequino herself. As she pours the coffee, I lean against the frame, studying her. "How's the hand?" She winces slightly, wrapping her fingers around the mug. "Better." "It was stupid, really. Rushing like that." I nod, sipping the coffee, my mind racing. "You left in such a hurry yesterday, everything okay at work?" "Oh, just the usual office chaos," she replies, brushing off the question. But there's a flicker of something in her eyes, a guardedness. I file it away, evidence in the growing case against her dual life. The morning progresses, and I watch her leave for work, her limp slightly exaggerated to accommodate her injury. Once she's gone, I head to my office, a plan forming. I need more information, more proof. Today, I'm digging deeper into Harlequino's world. I start by reaching out to other regular viewers and contributors on the streaming platform. Using a pseudonym, I message a user known as Night Spectre, who often collaborates with Harlequino. "Hey, saw your last collab with Harlequino. Epic stuff," I type, aiming to build rapport. Night Spectre responds quickly, eager to discuss their favorite streamer. "Thanks. Harlequino's incredible, isn't she? A real mystery." "Definitely. She ever slip up? Any idea who she really is?" I probe, keeping my tone light, curious. There's a pause, then a cautious reply. "Nah, she's super careful. Keeps life and streaming totally separate." "Why you ask?" "Just curious," I type back, dropping the subject. I've learned enough, even her closest collaborators don't know her true identity. The next step is to check her financial trails. I use my skills as a freelance IT consultant to navigate through the digital world with ease, tracing payments from the streaming site. It doesn't take long to connect the dots back to an account that I know all too well, our joint savings account. Armed with this information, I feel a cold resolve settle over me. She's been leading this double life right under my nose, the profits of her secret persona mingling with our mundane expenses. Evening falls, and Jenna returns home, her smile tired. We sit down to a quiet dinner, the air between us thick with unspoken words. "So, how was your day off?" she asks, attempting casual conversation. "Productive," I answer cryptically. My mind is made up. Tonight, I will confront her. But not as her husband, as a betrayed fan. After dinner, I lead her to my office where my computer screen shows her latest stream, her face, half hidden behind that symbolic mask. Jenna stops, her face paling. "What is this, Tom?" "It's you, Jenna. Harlequino." I watch her closely, every reaction. Her facade cracks, tears welling up. "I can explain," she begins, her voice trembling. "No," I cut her off, standing up to face her fully. "I trusted you, and you've been living a lie." She reaches out, but I step back. "I needed something of my own," she whispers, "something just for me. But it's too late. The betrayal cuts too deep, and I've made my decision. Everyone will know who Harlequino really is," I say, my voice cold. "The world deserves to know." Her tears fall, the mask of Harlequino shattering between us. But the decision is made. I turn away, leaving her to her secrets, stepping into the night to expose the truth. The game has changed, and I am no longer just a spectator. The night is cool and quiet, a stark contrast to the turmoil swirling inside me as I stride towards my destiny. The streetlights cast long shadows as I make my way to the local internet cafe, a place unconnected to my home IP address. Tonight, Jenna's double life as Harlequino ends, and the world will learn the truth. As I push open the door to the cafe, the soft hum of computers greets me. The place is nearly empty, just a couple of late-night gamers immersed in their virtual battles. I choose a secluded corner, my heart pounding with a mix of dread and determination. I log into the streaming platform, my fingers steady as I navigate to the community forum. I start a new thread titled "The Real Face Behind Harlequino." The cursor blinks back at me, challenging me to continue. I take a deep breath and begin typing. I've been a fan of Harlequino for a long time, mesmerized by the mystery and the talent. But the truth is, Harlequino is not who we think. The person behind the mask is someone I know very well, someone who has used this identity to escape her reality. Tonight, I reveal that Harlequino is actually Jenna Malone, a wife, and an office worker, living a double life. I pause, considering my words. The click of my mouse feels final as I upload proof, snippets of conversations, payment details that trace back to our joint account, and subtle hints from her streams that no one else would catch but me. The post goes live, and I sit back, the weight of my actions settling on my shoulders. The responses start to flood in, a mix of shock, betrayal, and curiosity. Some users express outrage, feeling deceived, while others rally in support of Harlequino, curious about her reasons. Lost in the chaotic responses, I barely notice the shadow that falls over me until a voice breaks through my concentration. Tom. What are you doing here? It's Mark, a friend from the neighborhood. I minimize the screen instinctively. Just some late-night work, I murmur, my voice strained. Mark eyes me suspiciously but nods, settling into a nearby computer. I can't focus anymore. The cafe suddenly feels suffocating, the whispers of the keyboards like accusations. I log off and head home, the chill of the night now matching the coldness in my heart. When I reach our house, it's dark. Jenna's car is in the driveway, but there's no light inside. The silence as I open the door is palpable. Jenna. My voice echoes through the empty rooms. There's no answer. I find her in our bedroom, sitting on the edge of the bed, her phone in her hands. She looks up, her eyes red and swollen from crying. On the screen, I see my forum post, now flooded with comments. Why, Tom? Her voice is a whisper, but it cuts through the tension like a knife. I had to, I say, though the conviction in my voice has faded, replaced by a growing regret. You lied to me, Jenna. You lived a life I knew nothing about. And you've exposed me to the world, she counters, her voice rising with a mix of fear and anger. How could you do this to someone you love? I don't know, I admit, the weight of my actions crashing down on me. I thought I was doing the right thing. Jenna shakes her head, tears spilling over again. I don't know if I can forgive this, Tom. You've not just exposed me, you've shattered everything. I reach out to her, but she pulls away. I need time, she says, standing up. Please, just give me space. I watch her leave the room, her steps heavy. Left alone, I realize the gravity of what I've done. The mask of Harlequino was not just Jenna's escape, it was her freedom, and I had stripped it away out of spite and hurt. The night drags on, each second a reminder of the rift I've created. As I sit in the darkness, I ponder the irreversible steps taken and the uncertain road ahead. The exposure I thought would bring clarity has only unveiled more layers of pain and consequence. Days turn into a tense week. The silence between Jenna and me grows thicker, a tangible barrier that neither of us seems able to breach. I've moved into the guest room, and our interactions are limited to the occasional, necessary exchange. The atmosphere at home is suffocating, filled with regret and unsaid words. The online fallout over Harlequino's unmasking has not settled. Jenna's fans are divided, some feel betrayed, while others fiercely defend her right to privacy. Debates rage across social platforms, and unfortunately, some users have taken it upon themselves to delve deeper, revealing more personal details about Jenna's life. One evening, as I sit brooding over my laptop, an unexpected message pops through from Night Spectre, the same user I'd initially contacted about Harlequino. Tom, we need to talk. Urgently. Meet me at the Central Park Cafe tomorrow, noon. You started this, now it's time to end it. The message chills me. How does he know who I am? Reluctantly, I decide to meet him, hoping to somehow mitigate the damage I've caused. The next day at the cafe, I spot a figure waving from a secluded table, a tall, broad-shouldered man with an intense gaze. As I approach, he stands, extending a hand. Tom, I'm Mark, Night Spectre, he says, and it clicks. Mark, My neighborhood friend, the casual acquaintance whose deeper involvement I had never suspected. Mark? Your Night Spectre. I stammer, taken aback. Yes, and we need to talk about Jenna, he says, his voice serious. I know you think you were right to expose her, but you don't know everything. I sit, my interest piqued. What do you mean? Mark leans in, his expression grave. Jenna started streaming as Harlequino to research a novel she's writing about the digital age and identity. She wanted to understand the persona people create online, how it differs from their real selves. I freeze, processing his words. A novel? She never mentioned. She wanted to keep it under wraps until it was finished, Mark interrupts. But now, with her cover blown, she's at a standstill. She's devastated, Tom. Guilt washes over me anew. I had acted out of hurt, without trying to understand. I had stripped away not just her mask, but a vital part of her creative expression. Is there anything I can do? I ask, desperation creeping into my voice. Talk to her, Tom. Really talk. Understand her, not just as your wife, but as an artist, as Harlequino. I leave the cafe with a heavy heart, my mind made up. I head home, uncertain of my welcome, but determined to make amends. When I arrive, the house is quiet. I find Jenna in her study, surrounded by stacks of paper and open books. Jenna, I start, hesitating at the doorway. She looks up, her expression wary. I spoke with Mark today. He told me about your novel, I say, stepping inside. I had no idea. I should have asked, should have listened. Jenna puts down her pen, her guard slowly lowering. I didn't think you'd understand. You seemed so disconnected from anything creative, from anything, not real. I'm sorry, Jenna. For everything. My voice is thick with emotion. I love you, and I took your secrecy as dishonesty. But I was wrong. Jenna nods, tears glistening in her eyes. It's going to take time, Tom. A lot of time. I know. And I'll wait. I'll be here, I promise, stepping closer. As we tentatively embrace, I realize the depth of the divide I've caused. But within this realization is a spark of hope. Rebuilding might be possible after all. A few months later, Jenna publishes her novel. It's a sensation, praised for its insightful look into online identities and the personas we hide behind. As for Harlequino, she returns to streaming, her audience now aware but more supportive than ever, intrigued by the woman behind the mask who turned her experience into art. And me? I'm right there, watching her streams, not just as a fan, but as a partner who learned to understand the many faces of the woman I love.